Okay, so it seems that we are ready to start. The VaskiBEND will be the topic of the day, and you will see that we have the brand Vaski and logo. Now, some of you may not know that we've been rebranding the business from Rodsy No Y to Vaski. The reason being is Vaski is actually the original word for copper in Finnish, copper and brass. And of course, being as we make copper working machines, although the word is no longer in use, it makes the perfect name for Vaski, given our origins as a copper machinery company. So moving on, we have the next webinar on the 14th of October to go through the Vaski punch. It'll be all about our punching technologies, and we would love it if you're able to turn up, and we'll be launching a new punching machine in this area and new technologies. So it would be great if you want to participate in that event. So today I will go through with you a little bit about Vaski. So who is Vaski and Rodstein, the company, and what we're about. Then we will go through flat bar machines, the available range and the different types of technologies available. Then we'll have a presentation in the factory of our new VaskiBEND inspiration, which is being launched live today. This is the first event where this will be launched. Then we will move on to look in a bit more detail on bending technologies themselves. Then we move on to a nice demonstration, live demonstration in a factory, showing both a single tool machine against the multi-tool machine, which really shows the power of automatic tool change. Then we will go over to our customer's factory and get a voice of the customer. AA Tuotanto, it's a good, long-established customer of ours. And then finally, we'll end up with the Q&A. By the way, sorry, I forgot to mention on the Q&A, please, if you've got any questions, please type them into the feed and we will address them at the end of the meeting in the Q&A. So any questions you have, put them in the messages and we will pick them up, and I will ask Veiko about those at the end of the session. So what does Vaski do? We have three different machine groups of different product groups in our portfolio. First is sheet metal machinery, which is principally focused on blanking and slitting. This product group was born out of an acquisition that we made last year of a multi-coil manufacturer of multi-coil blanking and slitting machines. Now, this technology is quite unique on the market. So it's a real game changer in the blanking and slitting market. Multi-coil technology is a very new technology, but now being quite widely adopted, and that's a really fast-growing business and technology. And it's really an interesting solution, and really it's a very good fit in the whole Vaski portfolio. Really helps us with creating efficiency, and it really helps our customers to create efficiency in their factories. Great cost savings for our customers in a rising steel price environment. They can get as much as 30% off their material prices through better nesting, as well as purchasing coiled material direct from manufacturers rather than through service centers. And then similarly, even at the service center level, it also brings great benefits, as you don't have to consume the entire coil, and they can cut to customer order rather than feeling they need to consume the entire coil for efficiency each time that they have an order. Then we have our flat bar range, which we're going to delve into the bending element later. So that's for principally for bus bar as the bulk of the market, but you also have steel bar as well as some extrusion machines, extrusion and profiles. And then finally, we'll go through, well, just to mention, we do custom machines and custom automation. Generally, we do largely metalworking machinery, but in the picture here, you can see it's a mailroom sorting solution for sorting post. So creating efficiency is our vision statement, and in 2 words sums up everything that Vaski is about. We, as a company, we make machines, we create machines, and machines create objects. And of course, what we're really trying to sell is our solutions create efficiency. We're trying to sell efficiency to our customer. So in 2 words, which we're creating efficiency sums up everything that we're trying to be and everything we're about. So a bit about the numbers. We're a very new company, as you can see, and we are really on an upward trajectory. Our first sales came in December 2017, and then ever since we've been in a very strong growth cycle. In fact, we're already now booking orders for 2022, where we have 4 million of orders for delivery in the first half of 2022. So 2022 growth is looking pretty secure at the moment. Then, of course, if you look at our R&D, naturally, as a high growth company, to be able to achieve that growth, we have to be very focused on researching new products and new technologies. We are investing more than double what a normal company would invest in this industry on R&D, with 18% of our sales in 2020 committed to R&D projects. And that high investment must continue, as it's, of course, the lifeblood of our growth. Then we have 20 people, and of course, the numbers keep ramping up as well. And part of what's helping the growth, we've been growing partly organically and partly through acquisition. The original business was founded out of Lahtisen Kone and our business partner Rauno Lahtinen in 2015. And principally then it was an R&D company, and then we really started to sell machines and market machines in 2018 onwards. And that was largely a bus bar business at that time. Then we acquired the blanking and slitting business, HWJ, I mentioned earlier, which is a Swiss business, in February 2020. I remember getting the last flight out of Switzerland before lockdown. What a different time that was. So with these businesses and with the machines we've installed to date, we now have an install base of over 200 machines. So not an insignificant install base either. Vaski, we're talking about 5 years of very rapid growth, which is really ramping up now. Founded in 2015 with the formation of the business out of Lahtisen Kone. Rashmi Limited is actually myself. I invested in 2017. Then we launched our first bus bar machines at the end of 2017. We launched the punching machine. Veiko joined soon after as CEO. He's the CEO, and he's very focused on the front end of the business. And he has really been driving the business forward. And then we launched the rod fine, which is now called the Vaski shape, in 2019, at the end of 2019. In 2020, we acquired the Swiss business HWJ, as I mentioned, and then the Vaski coil, which is a machine for the generator market, motors and generator market, we launched also last year. This year, next step, we've launched the new Vaski brand, which I'm introducing you to now. And we have many new developments coming in the pipeline and that are happening as we go. So let's move on to discussing a little bit about flat bar machines. So we have a very extensive range, actually the most complete range for flat bar on the market today. So we have entry-level, mid-level, and high-level machines in each category. You could see the Vaski Punch. So that's the new punching machine that you can see in the picture, which we'll be discussing in more detail in the next meeting. Now, what I'd say is what's been a key differentiator for us on the punching machine is we're the only company in the world with a fully servo-electric punching machine. Now, servo-electric has great additional benefits. We're talking between 70 and up to 90% energy savings for our customers. So compared to traditional hydraulic machines, then of course with hydraulic machines, after some years you start having oil leaks. You have none of that with electrics, which means more maintenance costs. Actually, our measures show that 50% of the maintenance cost, of course, less downtime. The benefits are quite significant of servo-electric technology. Not to mention, actually, it's much quieter. When you listen to our machines, our bending machine is pretty quiet. Then, of course, the VaskiBEND, which we're going to go into in more detail in a moment. We have two levels of machine, the Prodigy and the Inspiration, the entry level and the mid-level machine. Then we have the Vaski shape. You can see all three machines in the range there, the Prodigy, the Inspiration, the Legacy. They look quite similar, but actually the left-hand machine is a two-axis machine, the central machine, a three-axis milling machine, and the machine on the right is three-axis with automated in-feed and out-feed out the back, so passing through parts. Now, this is a really unique machine on the market. There's no competitor with a similar machine to this. This comes out of the problem of deburring bar. There's sharp edges often now required to be removed by many customers, and the main reason being arcs that can form from those edges. Now, then the traditional way to deal with this is large hand grinding machines, grinding by hand on big grinding wheels. Now, there are plenty of safety issues around that. So parts can fly around, not to mention the fact that with aluminium, you create explosive dust, so is a non-starter, and then cut hands and so on. So this really deals with a known safety problem in the industry. It's a very reasonable price. You're not talking anything near the six-figure prices that you would pay for a normal milling machine. And classically today, the alternative solution people are putting on are normal milling machines. But not only that, it's just much quicker and simpler and easier to use. You put a piece of bar in, it automatically detects the size. You could also put a round bar in, it automatically detects the shape of the round bar, and it does a quick end finish, a quick mill. The two-axis machine does it in 2 passes. The three-axis machine is faster and can mill in 1 pass. Of course, you can also fit a grinding head with vacuum extraction. It's a closed system. So it's a really powerful machine, really reasonable price point, really great value. Then finally, the Vaski coil. So the Vaski coil is exceptionally interesting machine. We've launched that, and our launch customer, their comment was the payback on this machine was 3 weeks. Yep, 3 weeks. That's a huge machine, making large generator coils and large motor coils from large motors, edgewise coiling. Those coils are up to 3 meters long in diameter. So it's really, to be able to get that kind of payback is quite exceptional. Now, on the one hand, the traditional method for making these coils is by brazing every corner. Now, we're taking that process, and through the coiling process, we're taking for a mid-size hydro plant, which might have 1 man year of brazing, now has become a couple of man weeks. Then you add to that, the main saving we've understood actually is on the material, as the generator coil can be made just a little bit smaller, and the knock-on effect on the total size of the generator saves an exceptionally large amount of material cost with the same energy output, same power output. So, moving on, we then have the Vaski FMS. So this is a full-on flexible manufacturing system. This is putting all those machines together. It's the only fully automatic from picking from box and from storage and to bent stacked part system in the world. Everyone, you will see, nobody has the option. I mean, not only they don't have the deburring machine, but I'll explain why later. It requires also the bending machine to be able to achieve this. So next, we're going to move on to show a presentation in the factory of our VaskiBEND. And let's go over to the factory now and speak with Peksi Varamäki about this.
Hi, welcome to Vaski's factory in Finland. I am extremely proud to be able to present you our VaskiBEND. VaskiBEND is a bus bar bending machine with the bending force up to 20 metric tons. And also it has a unique and remarkable automatic tool change. VaskiBEND is servo electric, and that means significant savings on energy consumption, even up to 90% when comparing to hydraulic ones. Also, there's 50% less maintenance costs, and that equals to longer life and also less downtime. So, now off to the control panel. You operate it with 20-inch touchscreen, which is the largest on the market. Inside the machine, all Siemens. So, that means components are state-of-the-art, and you have the best user and life of machine experience. Metallics is a great cam and is widely used in sheet metal. It's already integrated into majority of major design packages. But if you do have an alternative cam, we can also integrate that into our machine, the VaskiBEND. We use a high definition vision system to make sure the bending angle is correct every time, even from the first bend. It also automatically corrects the angle. The beauty of that system is that it's wireless. No setup time and no wired connection to the tooling. And from the tooling, this is our standard basic tool. This is where the vision system ensures the angle. The standard basic tool comes with 2 different heights, 125 and 200 millimeters, and it has rotating pins for 2 purposes. First of all, to protect the surface of the bended part, and second, as a part of the angle measurement. Distance between those rotating pins is defined by the thickness of the part being bended. So, this VaskiBEND has 4 tools. There's the standard basic tool, there's adjustable offset tool, edgewise, and then fixed. Also, our counter tool can be used with both, with the special and fixed tools.
Thanks for that. Let's now move on and start looking at some bending in action. So as you can see, that's the same machine. We're showing off a little bit of tool change there. And the tool followed by the counter tool. Usually the two move together, but we're just demonstrating. So the bar will come in. And now a simple bend. Remove the bar. It'll now select the new tool. And now move the bar back into position and do your second bend. And it really is as simple as that. The simplest bus bar bending in the world. As explained, you've got a full array of tooling to select from, and you can sit with our tooling engineers to select the right tools for your applications. So next in the schedule, we're going to look at the different bending technologies that are available. We're going to start with the entry-level machine, the VaskiBEND Prodigy. Of course, most importantly, it's a simple and easy to use machine. It has a really nice big HD screen. With a 20-inch screen, there's no entry-level bender in the market like it. It allows you to have a lot more information on the one screen and nice big buttons, easy to read, easy to understand. And that's combined with our brand new state-of-the-art interface. We have Siemens inside the machine, all Siemens products inside our machine, which are state-of-the-art products. Combined with our new user interface, it's a really simple and easy to use machine. Then we have the option to have HD vision systems for automatic angle verification. The beauty of this HD vision system is that you can much more easily change the tools. There's no electrical sensors, mechanical sensors built into the tooling anymore. So the tooling is simpler tooling, doesn't require for angle correction those sensors. That also means not just savings on the tooling, but also you're able to have much faster tool change as you're not having to wire up the tooling and basically smaller tools. Of course, like all our machines, it's an electric machine. There's no dirty hydraulics. You're not having to worry about oil changes. Keeps the maintenance cost down, keeps it more reliable, much more robust. And then aside from the state-of-the-art new user interface, we're offering Metallics CAM across our portfolio. Metallics is the most widely used CAM in the bus bar industry. It's really the best solution. You can go directly from your design software and then load programs to the machine on the shop floor directly from the office. And really, it's unrivaled system. It can be integrated both to bending and punching. And the heavy usership means there's constantly improvements being made to that software. Then the VaskiBEND Inspiration, which we're launching the new version today. It not only looks the most beautiful machine on the market, it's the best in basically every possible way. We've gone through the automatic tool change. It's the real game changer in the market. And I'll show you a video on that later to show you really the difference that makes. Servo electric, which, as we've discussed, energy efficiency, low maintenance, no oil costs, longer life of product. We have the vision systems available, just like on the Prodigy machine. The machine is flexible for customization, so it can be fully customized. Now that's a real differentiator. The Prodigy is as it is, but on the Inspiration machine, we're really available to customize to your own needs and your own technologies. We always asked for four tool change being enough, but for example, that could be extended if needed. Coming from a background of custom machines and custom automation, to be able to customize our standard machines is also bread and butter for us. Naturally, the interface and the cam is shared across all the products. And then with this machine, aside from all of that, this is the fastest machine in the world. Then now a small desktop device that I'll take you through. It's a really simple to use machine. Very competitive machine, doesn't occupy much space, can be put on a pallet into your pallet racking out of the way if it's not heavily used. But the key is by not having it as complex torsion bending tooling integrated to the bending machine, we are able to offer the tooling for the VaskiBEND Prodigy, but not for the Bend Inspiration, as it's prohibitively large to install onto the Bend Inspiration. However, that although it can be installed on the Bend Prodigy, it really does occupy valuable bending time. For the price difference for a basic machine, desktop machine, as you can see there, it's not really worth buying the tooling and with all the hassle of tool change. And actually, it's not easy to make the tool change, as anyone who's operated that tool change could well explain. We also have a CNC option available on order. Naturally, it's always electric for us, no dirty hydraulics. And most importantly, this is available off the shelf. We hold these in stock at all times. Finally, I'm going to go revisit again the Vaski FMS. So actually, what the bending machine really does for the FMS is it pulls bending technology into play for automation. You'll see rival offerings. They tend to show storage connected to a punching machine, and as a standalone unit, we can go from storage, punching, end finishing, and bending. And the reason why bending is brought into play is, well, if you only have one tool, there's very, very little you can do in terms of parts with just a one bend, single bend, same bend every time. So with the multi-tool change, now you have lots of different options for different materials, different bends, and different tooling built into the punching and the bending machine. That flexibility brings FMS systems, flexible manufacturing system, into play. So we are the unique company able to offer this solution. And of course, not to mention, we have the new software, which is common across the products, which really allows us to bring all the machines and the connectivity of all those machines together. Next, we're going to go through a quick video showing you the power of the automatic tool change technology. Now, I'd like to say, before we start, this video actually was created under the Rodstein brand, and the rod form, as you will see, is the old name for what's now become the VaskiBEND. Now, so we're going to now see on the left-hand side, there's a traditional single tool bending machine. And on the right-hand side, we have a multi-tool machine. Both have the same operator and both are being operated at the same intensity of working. We're doing an initial 45-degree edgewise bend, followed by a standard 90-degree bend. On the right-hand side, you can see the multi-tool, actually how quick that is. You may have noticed as well that the new machine that we've been demonstrating is even faster than this version of the machine. So on the left-hand side, we're still waiting for the tool change from the first bend. I have to say, all credit to that machine on the left. It is a machine from a rival supplier, but it's probably the best, well, it is the best alternative on the market. But I think you can see actually the difference. I'm not going to mention who it is because it is a good quality supplier. But you can see the complexity. Luckily in this case, the new tool that's going to be attached to the machine is close to hand, which may not always be the case. Anyone who's changed those tools will know this operator's making the tool changeover process look like a relatively easy process. Those are quite heavy tools there. I think on the operator on the right has his cup of tea ready by now. So wiring up, as I mentioned earlier, the wiring up is eliminated because we don't have a touch system we use a vision system for automatic angle correction. And all credit to this operator. Typically, in reality, in a production environment, this whole process normally takes 10 to 15 minutes. So actually, he's working at a good pace and doing a good job here. There we go. So next to the schedule, we're going to go over to Peksi again. He's gone to see our customer, AA Tuotanto. AA Tuotanto have a complete range of punching, bending, and deburring machines from Vaski. They've been working with us for a couple of years. A great little company here in Finland. And we have a video now of an interview with the customer to hear a bit from them.
Hi, I'm Peksi and I'm gonna take you to one of our customers to see VaskiBEND. This VaskiBEND is with previous colors and the previous brand, but it's VaskiBEND. Come on, let's go. Moi, me ollaan täällä AA-tuotannolla Vaasassa ja moi Tapio ja Toni.
Morjes, tervetuloa.
Joo, kiitos. Kiitos teille. Miten teillä on AA-tuotannolla vuosi mennyt?
Vuosi on mennyt erittäin hyvin lähtökohdat mukaan huomioiden, että viime vuonna korona koitteli yrityksiä ja yrityksellä oli raskas vuosi, mutta tämä alkaisi kesken nousukauden, että se ei ehkä niin pahana sitten kaikille aloille koetellut.
Mitä te oikein täällä AA-tuotannolla teette?
Tehdään virtakiskoja viimeisimpänä tuotteina. Sitten vanhoista niin automaattipuristinlinjat meillä on olemassa epäkeskopuristimet ja kokoonpanotyötä tehdään.
Ja se ilmeisesti tarkoittaa sitä, että niihin laitteisiin pitää panostaa, että pysyy kärryillä mukana.
Kyllä. Kilpailu on niin raakaa, että pitää olla viimeisin tekniikka käytössä.
Minkälaisia asiakkaita teillä on oikeastaan?
Suuria sähköteollisuuden asiakkaita, mutta mukaan mahtuu myös pieniä.
Teillä on hirveästi ollut tässä vuosien mittaan erilaisia projekteja ja joku niistä on erikoisempia, jotkut semmoisia tavallisia, niin onko teillä jotain henkilökohtaisia, jotain mielenpainuvaa, jotain hyvin mielenkiintoista projektia?
Itse asiassa juuri tällä hetkellä on menossa semmoinen aika pitkä projekti. Tästä alkuvuodesta ollaan työstetty yhtä isoa kokonaisuutta isolle asiakkaalle ja tämä tulee varmasti olemaan mielenpainuvin ja kaikista vaativin projekti.
No miten työpaikkana, niin mä oon käsittänyt, että täällä on pirun mukava olla töissä, niin minkälaisia tyyppejä teillä on täällä?
Täällä on mahtavaa porukkaa, aivan niin kuin omia perheenjäseniä. Sairauspoissaolot on tosi pieniä ja vaihtuvuus on myös pientä.
No se kertoo ainakin siitä, että työturvallisuus on kunnossa.
Kyllä, joo. Suurimpia vahinkoja ei ole.
No niin, se on hyvä kuulla. Joo. Näissä voi kuvitella, että täällä sellaisia sattuu, jos ei vähänkin ole varovaisuutta mukana. Miten te päädyitte Vaskiin ja kuinka on te olette nyt tehnyt yhteistyötä?
Joo, lähinnä kilpailutilanne, kilpailun kysyntä ajoi tähän ratkaisuun. Ja jos haluaa pärjätä mukana, etenkin kaupassa ulkomaan asiakkaita saada, niin pitää olla teknologia viimeisen päälle. Tämä on ihan hyvä kone.
Mukava kuulla. Tyytyväinen asiakas on tyytyväinen asiakas. Miten, kun näiden taivituskoneiden näiden hankinta on aina semmoinen, että nämä tietenkin kilpailutetaan, niin minkä takia just Vaski tuli valittua?
No, hinta oli selvästi ykkönen ja sitten se, että niin miellyttävä asiointi Vaskin kanssa.
Niin, se on kyllä ollut teidänkin suuntaan, että helppoa kommunikointia. Niin. Eikä siitäkään, että olette vielä tässä lähellä tunnin päässä Seinäjoelta. Niin. Joo. Meillä on tosiaan nyt ollut tämä taivituskone 1,5 vuotta. Miten te olette tykännyt tästä?
Ollaan tykätty, että se on helppokäyttöinen ja helppo sijoittaa. Ei vie sellaista tilaa, hallikorkeuksia ja muita kuin nämä normaalit särmäyskoneet, mitä nähdään monessa yrityksessä.
Ja viimeisin tämä high-tech on tämä koneen näkö, että kun taivutetaan joku kappale sitten, niin saadaan sillä niin kuin tarkasti seuraavat kappaleet korjattua. Ei tarvitse joka kappaletta mitata.
Joo, siinä on tosiaan ollut etuna tämä, että siinä on taivutuskulman mittaus ja automaattinen korjaus. Niin mitä muuta siitä on etua ollut sitten?
No, mittatarkkuus on. Ei tarvitse erikseen mittailla tosiaan kaikkia paloja, että se saadaan varmasti asiakkaalle oikeanlaatuisena.
Joo. Ja tässä on myöskin sitten, mä oon
Ja tosiaan niin me saadaan sillä sitten omia kustannussäästöjä ja saadaan sillä kilpailuetua meille ja annetaan asiakkaalle taas sitten kustannussäästöjä.
Loistava juttu. Miten mä oon käsittänyt, että näitä servomoottoreita, niin niitä ei muut valmistajat taivutuskoneissa käytä ollenkaan. Onko siitä ollut jotain ihan selkeää hyötyä teille?
On huoltovapaampia, ne ei lämpene niin rajusti kuin hydrauliset koneet ja niin energiaa säästäviä.
Joo, ja siinähän on tosiaan, kun se hydraulinen, kun se lämpenee, niin sitten myöskin se taivutuskulma, se on tarkkuus kärsii siinä kohtaa, että erilainen käyttää. Tässähän on maailman ainoa, tai siis ei ole ainoa maailmassa, vaan että kun näitä laitteita on valmistettu useampikin, mutta että tässä on tämä automaattinen työkaluvaihtaja. Oletteko te miten sen kokenut hyödylliseksi?
No se on aikaa säästävä homma, kun ei tarvitse kaikkea niin asentaa erikseen, kun se pystyy vain niin pyöräyttämään tuosta eri työkalun sinne. Ja sitten sitä kautta tulee aikasäästöä, mikä vaikuttaa siihen niin kustannuspuolella.
No niin, hieno juttu. Mä en ole itse tuolla Sorsa-metsällä on ainoastaan ollut olohuoneessa Nintendo ääressä, niin sä oot ilmeisesti sellaiselle reissulle tänään lähdössä.
Itse asiassa tänään lähden ja huomenna alkaa. Ja sen 30 viimeistä vuotta, liki 30 on tullut käytyä. Reissut on ollut semmosia, ehkä ei niin saalisrikkaita aina, mutta reissut on aina reissuja mukavia ja hyvä päästä välillä tuulettumaan vastapainoksi, että saan nollata nämä kaikki haasteet, mitä töissä ilmenee.
Se on mukava kuulla. Hei, kiitoksia teille. Hyvää reissua sinne ja mukavaa syksyä tänne. Syksyn alkua. Kiitos.
Thank you, Pexi. So, lastly, we're going to move on to the question and answer session. So Q&A. Veikko and I will be here to field your questions. Please remember that, of course, now is your chance. Please, if you've got any questions, type them into the feed, into the message feed, and we will pick those up now and we will answer those. So we have some that have come through already, and let's go through those now.